It's been pretty hectic, but also very fun. It's been nice to be given the opportunity to express my feelings, my emotions. A lot of people want to hear from me, and I was really grateful to have the opportunity to tell everyone about it. So I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. I actually wanted to go to New York City at some point. Between Pittsburgh and Manhattan, or sorry, and Cromwell. I was telling my wife, I was like, it'd be fun to take, a little one-night trip to the city, and she wasn't for it, but it ended up becoming mandatory after the week on Sunday. Yeah, I got one of those. I've always been interested in it, but I've never really wanted to stray away from a traditional, blade putter because I'm so feel. I like to feel. The toe flow. I like to maybe push the putt a little more on a right to lefter and pull it maybe on a left to righter to kind of err on the higher side. And so, I didn't have a great putting year statistically, and I'm not statistically an overall great putter. I'm pretty hot and cold, I would say, but I got it last off season and tinkered with it. And had enough time, 5-6 weeks at home to play with it and get comfortable with it and see what my tendencies were with it. And I felt really good with it, so I put it in play. And the first week was the Sony Open with it, and I almost won there with it. And I've just been putting a lot more consistently with that putter, and it's obviously proven itself, this season. I definitely need to keep the hunger there. I mean, I think I will have the hunger just because I want to continue to prove myself, but not prove myself to anybody other than myself, I feel like. And that's kind of been my biggest barrier throughout my entire career, is just try not to be so hard on myself and not ruining any sort of confidence that I've built, from all these experiences on my journey as a golfer. So as long as I keep that up, I think I'll continue to play well. And obviously, winning the U.S. Open is just going to be, a huge boost to that sort of inner ego, I guess you can say, to keep that self-belief alive and burning. And I need to enjoy this. Like Keegan told me that yesterday. He's like, you need to enjoy this. Do your best to just enjoy it. It's easy to kind of let it out the window and get right into the next week and forget about it for a while, but just do your best to enjoy it. And I'm planning to enjoy it next week, that's for sure, at least for next week. Pretty cliche, but to never give up. I think the biggest thing is there's two ways you can kind of take away when your back's up against the wall. You can kind of succumb to it and just say, okay, like, this is my way out, or I'm gonna fight back. And I've been kind of through these situations in my life before. And I've always kind of fought back and come out on the other side instead of kind of succumbing to it and letting it get to me and ending any sort of dream I had, whether it was like the diabetes or going through a bad slump in golf. So I think that's kind of the mindset, and I think it just shifted my perspective where if my fate is to be on this tour, if my fate's to be a U.S. Open champion, like, it'll happen, and all I can do is just try my best and give myself the best opportunity to play my best. And I think taking a lot of pressure off yourself is the biggest way to do that.